Welcome, everyone. Hi. My name is Holly Davis, also known as WriteHollyDavis, and I'm so excited to be coming to you with my mastermind group to talk about the Marco Polo app and how we've been using it to make progress on our writing, but also to strengthen our friendships and some of the other ways that we use Marco Polo outside of the mastermind group too. So I see some people in the comments already. Felicia, hello. And Courtney, hi. They are Monday Motivation Sprint frequenters, so it's good to see familiar faces. I'm going to have my mastermind group introduce themselves. They are linked in the description down below, so please give them a follow. And I will pass it on to Savannah.
Hi, I'm Savannah J. Goins, author of The Gwythinian. It's a young adult fantasy trilogy, and I also just had a baby a few months ago, so I only have half a brain right now, but I'm very glad to be here with everybody today.
Whoever wants to go
next.
Would
you like to go next? Alicia, you want to go next? You want me to?
Sure. Fine. Hi, everybody. I am Alicia Grumley. You can find me at writer Alicia Grumley across the various locales. And I am a poet and a nano enthusiast, although I'm a little bit of a plantser and I have no idea what I'm going to be working on this month or this next month, but very on brand. That is very on brand if you've ever watched any of our things before. And I am also very excited to be here. As of yet, unpublished, but that is just fine. We still find a place for me here in the mastermind.
What? Of
Very
course. Yes, and I'm actually...
We would not be able to do what we do without Alicia.
Oh, yes. So important. She taught us how to show our face and say words. So we've gone live a couple times on my channel to talk about what a writer mastermind group is. So I'm going to put that in the description right now because I realized I didn't do that, so that if any of you are watching and want to know more about that, we will talk about that a little bit. But like we go into a lot more detail in these videos, so I'm going to add that really quick. Writer mastermind group videos. But we have, I think one was on our 1-year anniversary and the other one was on our 2-year anniversary, how to create a mastermind group and then how to create a sustainable writer mastermind group, because we are still going strong.
Oh my gosh, how many years has it been?
4. Is it?
Well, I think we're coming up in 5 in February.
Is it really?
What?
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
Oh, time flies.
It does. And we've also done some sprints together in November, I believe. Yes. I think we did some sprints in maybe 2020.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been so long. So it's good to have everyone here together. Danya is here. Hello. Welcome. Heather, oh no, you're still stuck waiting in jury duty. Oh no, your phone's about to die. Oh, hi, Heather. She is someone who I use Marco Polo with to stay connected. But sorry, Heather, I have to look at your texts. And Destiny, hi. Hello. Aw. So I'll go into a little bit. This is going to be like very casual. Like I didn't like really prep very much for it because it's just going to be kind of an organic chat about Marco Polo. We've been using this app to communicate for a couple of years now. And Marco Polo reached out to me to fill out a form if I wanted to be an ambassador for them. And so I filled it out because I was just like, yeah, like I love Marco Polo. I don't know what I would do without it. Like I use it for everything, friends, family. And so by signing up for an ambassador, I'm like, I want to share it. And I thought YouTube would be like the best way to kind of talk about like all the benefits of it. There is a free version. And we use the Marco Polo Plus version, which has a lot of different features that we'll go into a little bit later. But essentially Marco Polo, this is from their website, it's is a video chat app that brings you closer to the people who matter most without asking you to compromise on trust. Because they don't like share your information. The like videos and text that you send is all stored like within you. Like you can only save it like to yourself. It's not like the app or the company can like see anything that like you're sharing between people, and they're not sharing your information with other people, which is really cool. But the reason why I like Marco Polo and I use it over like Instagram messaging or texting or calling is that it's a very convenient way to be close to people and to communicate with people through the video chat. So like we can leave video messages for each other and watch them on our own time. So it's like, it's not like, well, I got to talk on the phone with this person. It's not convenient for me. Or this text that might feel a little impersonal and it takes forever to type this out. But instead you can see the person. So that's why I love it, because we all live far away from each other. Alicia and Savannah are in Indiana. I'm in the Chicago suburbs. And then Brittany is in Connecticut. So it's like, this is a way for us to like feel close, even though we all haven't met as four together yet.
Yeah, Brittany and I still have not met in person, even though we've seen each other once a week, basically, for the last 4 years.
Yeah. And so we'll be saying things. If you guys have any questions throughout, feel free to drop them in the comments and we'll answer them as well. But I guess if anyone wants to like just kind of speak organically to like how like the benefits they found from the app and how they use it.
Yeah. I'm happy to kick us if you want us to, or if somebody else has something that they want to
go for it.
So one of the things that I really like about Marco Polo, as opposed to other video messaging apps, is the lack of duration that you can have on it. Like there is no time limit per Polo that you can send. And my brother and I still use Snapchat pretty frequently. And when I first got into Marco Polo, I remember he was like, "What's this? We don't need Polo because, you know, we have Snapchat." And he's still kind of more Snapchat, but that is a major difference between Snapchat and Marco Polo, for me at least, that there's no time limit on the messages that you can send to people. And we have taken advantage of that over the course of the years. Sometimes it's a 2-minute, like, "Hey, happy birthday." Sometimes one of us, maybe me, is driving and I'm like, "Oh no, I just like lost my Polo. If you can still hear me." Like my phone went across the car and I was just like, "Well, if you can hear me, here I am." But like they were looking at like the underside of my glove compartment. Like, and I was like, "I can't pull over right now. There's no safe spot to do so. So like, sorry, this is just going to be a really long Polo." So like to that point though, you know, there is no real cutoff time, but the feature of like being able to speed things up is really nice too, because you can like listen to it, you know, at like 1.5 or 2 times the regular speed. I don't know if it goes higher than that. I've never experienced it going higher than that, because I feel like that's about where it's at, which is probably enough to say like that's where my speed of talk is 1.5 or 2 times a normal.
Yeah, I think it's only 1.5 or 2.
Yeah.
And that's one of the benefits of the plus version, because the regular version is just the 1 times X. So because I'll be like, "Oh, like, you know, I just left a 25-minute Polo, but someone can consume that much faster on 1.5X. Thank you for understanding." And I'll be like, "Darn it." And Heather's phone has probably died, but she's literally like, I'll see, "Oh, she sent me a Polo," and then I go to check it. I'm like, "Oh, it's not there." And she's like, "Yeah, I deleted it. I was so inefficient. I'll send you." And then she'll send a shorter one later. I'm like, "You just," and so she's like, "No, I wasn't efficient." And so, but it's kind of funny. It's kind of fun that you have that flexibility too, because when I first started, I like accidentally sent a Polo to like the wrong person, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, like no, this was embarrassing," but I was able to delete it because I was just like, "It's not for you."
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like with the longer ones too, like sometimes you're like, oh shoot, they just said a lot. Like I need to remember everything so that I can respond. And so with Plus, they also have a notes feature. So as you're listening, you can like jot down like little notes. I feel like, Holly, do you even use notes? I feel like you just have like an incredible memory that just like remembers everything. But
No,
I use
I
notes
need
like so much.
yes, I need notes when I don't. And I'm like, it's okay, it's fine. And then I'm like, I am so sorry. I'm literally not commenting on anything and just talking about me because I forgot what everyone said. But I did listen. Like, but yeah, that's one of
but
like
they
the
have that
best
feature
things.
for all of our brains, and I'm a fellow mom with Savannah, and our brains are definitely less than half there. So the notes feature is really, really helpful. And I think like we've used it as like a mix of like checking in and just like building our friendships between each other, and then also we'll be like, hey guys, can I get your opinion on something like real fast? Like, like we're working on a story or we're working on, some kind of marketing thing or some, idea or whatever. And so like, I feel like writing wise, too, or writer life wise, we've been able to utilize it. Whereas like a text message or like whatever, like wouldn't be as helpful because you can see, or you can flip your camera and show something else, hey, I'm working on this. Like, what do you guys think? So I think that that's been like having the two purposes that we use together has been really helpful, like as a supplemental thing to our we have like live weekly meetings. I think Holly was saying that earlier, where we spend like an hour actually at this time just chatting.
Yeah, but this is
and
my hot
helping each other
seat
out.
this week. And I was
Yes,
like, we're gonna do a live stream about Marco Polo. So that's kind of fun. I love it.
exactly. Yeah, but it's like nice to like supplement Polo during the week because we can't always just like be on like a live call and chatting all the time. So
Yeah, it's really hard for us to find a time when all four of us are all available for a whole hour. So usually we do have to cut off right at 7:30 because somebody has to leave right at 7:30, if not multiple of us. And so then if we don't finish everything we wanted to, then we just say, oh, we'll catch up at the Polos. We'll, say the last thing that we didn't get to, and then, whatever we need to do to share or, share feedback on that or just be aware or whatever. It's really helpful for that purpose also.
Yeah, I forgot we do that. See you in the Polos.
Yeah.
That's our like little outro.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I was like, SOS, she's biting the cat tree. Oh, this is when you have a teething puppy.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's give everybody some context for what's going on.
Yes, this is the new member of the family. This is Astrid.
So
yes, so she has been having a lot of fun exploring. Yes, and getting into trouble, but also she's learning and being so smart and sweet. Yeah, and we love you, don't we?
She's already learned sit.
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I did today. Was I updated all the girls on Astrid because over the weekend I was so busy with like adopting her and it was just like a whirlwind adventure. And then I was hanging with family and buying things and just getting everything settled that like I literally was just like I posted, because I was like, oh, I know they're going to see this on Facebook and Instagram, but I'm like, I got a puppy. I'll explain in the Polos. And so it was like I didn't have time. So then today I was able to like show her, and it has like the front and rear facing camera like Brittany was saying, so I was like could show my face and talk, and then I flip it around and then I'm showing her. So I feel like that's what's made us like really like grow in our friendship too, because we're connecting on that personal level. Like we said, Savannah and Brittany have children and they're showing their babies, and we're like, oh my gosh. And so it's a way for us to feel close. And it's been like very like meaningful, and it's not just this like transactional thing. So I feel like I can send a message on Instagram, I can send a message on Facebook, like send a quick picture, but I think this is just a lot, like you can grow a lot closer to people with it.
Mm-hmm. And remind me if the basic level has this or if it's a plus perk as well. But if you don't have time to flip in and like show your face and say words, you can just type a quick note back in to the group and is like, oh, we're praying for you, or like, yeah, we'll definitely acknowledge that, or we'll have, yeah, alive is fine, or the Polo. So like if it is a little bit busier of a season, which I know for a lot of us right now, it is a very busy season, myself included, that you can just kind of pop in a note that's like, yeah, I did acknowledge this. I did see it, but it's all still there within the 4-way call. Right. And I don't remember if the basic has that or not, but
no, that is
perfect.
plus like sending a picture, because you can send a picture and then be speaking, like have a voice like overlay, like, hey, like this is this, or the note, that's all on the plus. Oh, actually, it just said speed controls 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3.
Oh, geez.
I thought I'd seen 2.5. I haven't tried 3 though.
That is like, I'd be like, I cannot hear what this person's saying unless they're going at like a sloth's pace talking. But the other fun thing is you can leave like video reactions. And also, can you leave the emoji? Okay, no, it's just the video. The video reactions is where like you can stop, which we don't do this too often, but you can stop in the middle of a polo. Like you're like, if someone said something, you're like, oh my gosh, then you can like hit the video and record it, like, and then say something and then continue on with that person's polo so that they get like your immediate reaction, which is cool. I think I'm not sure if there's only certain reaction emojis in the free and then you can have more in plus, but that's another thing that I like, because the funnest thing for me is when we're leaving a polo, we just say for short, a polo for each other, and then we see like at the top of the screen, there someone's little picture pops up, which means that they're watching it in real time. And so then I'm like, I'll be speaking, I'm like, oh, Alicia's here, I'm like, oh, hi. And then as I'm talking, I'll see like the little laughing emoji will pop up, or the heart emoji. And then it's like, oh, it's so cool, because it's like, we're so far away, but like you are actually kind of doing this in real time. So it's just those little like fun things, like those special touches.
And then anybody else who watches it, like if I'm watching it live while Holly's saying it to all of us, the other two will get those react emojis whenever I put them in the video when they watch it. So if it's like at a minute and 35 seconds, I did like 4 hearts. When it gets to a minute and 35 seconds, it'll throw those hearts back up on the screen and the other two can see it. So it's not like there's no time limit in that either. Like once the emoji is in the conversation, it stays in the conversation throughout, for all the participants.
Yes. Yeah. That's a good point.
The voice feature too is something that's pro as well, right? So there, like if you don't want to show your face for whatever, or you can't for some reason, but you want to like verbally say something, you can also like, it just shows your profile picture and then you can like record yourself saying something. So I've used that a few times, especially in early stages of having a baby, where it's just like, I'm a complete mess. You guys don't want to look at me right now. But I think too, I don't know how you guys have felt, but like when I first got on Polo, it was kind of like, okay, how's my hair? Okay, like, do I look presentable? Okay, now let's talk to my friends. But like the longer we've known each other, the more we've done Polo, it's just like, yeah, you guys, you're just getting this. Like, this is just happening right now. And I don't care how I look. And, like, I think I saw, like, an Instagram reel where someone was talking about Marco Polo. And they were like, this is how you start out doing Marco Polo. You make sure you're all... And then, like, a month later, you're like, brushing your teeth and, like, talking to your friends.
If we've left polos, like, while working out, I don't know what that machine is called that you have, Brittany, but, like... I know, I've sent them, like, in between running around the property, and then you...
Cooking, doing
what is
dishes.
That thing?
Yeah. Holly walking dogs and, just like doing a bunch of stuff. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like in that sense too, like if video chatting makes you feel a little like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know. Once you start doing it, it just like makes you feel closer to people. Cause at some point all of you are just like, yeah, I don't care what I look like. Like, I just want to talk to you.
I didn't
remember
know that you had the voice feature. I didn't even know that was a feature, actually, the voice feature.
Oh, yeah, you can cycle through.
No idea. Sorry, you guys have seen a whole bunch of my postpartum face.
No, but actually, that's what I remember liking is like, oh, like I don't have my face on and it's okay. Like we're being real and raw and it's, it's the real us, no filter.
But if you really need to get around it, you can just aim the camera off of you at something else and then you can just talk and then people can see whatever's in front of you instead.
That's true.
Yeah, so because here's the video. Oh gosh, there's a really old photo, but here's like you can do the voice. Here's just a regular polo, so I'm seeing myself, and then you can see like here's all the polos we've left. So it's like, oh wait, someone said something, I forgot to write it down, and then you can like replay it. And then the notes I can tap to type, and then I can choose a photo and upload a photo.
And that's been good too, to just be able to put in a photo and then do like a voice over the photo when we've been talking about like character art or covers. It's been nice to like get people's opinions on that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And one of the other things that I've used that has helped like specifically with my writing progress is using Polo as an accountability, like using everyone as accountability partners on Polo. Cause I'm like, next time I'm on here, or like when you watch this Polo, ask me how I'm doing, ask me if I finished that chapter. And so then like we get it and they're like, oh, let us know how you're doing. And I'm like, darn it, it's working. It's just like, shoot, they're asking me about it. I can't go on until I do something. So
Yeah, if it's been more than an hour since I recorded this, check in.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So yeah, so it helped so much in that sense. And one of these other little features that is just happening right now, like I just started talking to Jessie Elliott, and it's her birthday today, and it tells me wish Jessie a happy birthday. And so I was like, oh good, I'm not gonna miss her birthday because I wouldn't have known. So and then you can like find friends on here too, so other people on your that's on your, I think, your contacts list, I think it pulls from. So let's see. Oh, and so then the one thing, because we have a Polo, we have a group all together that's called the, let's see, sorry, I don't know if this is coming up too well, Writers Mastermind. And that's all four of us, but then sometimes we're like asking something specifically to just like one of us that we're like, oh, we're not like wasting other people's time just talking about something that's not relevant to them. So then we'll leave a separate Polo just for them. So you can like form a group in there and then also send like individual polos to like individual people too. So I am a fan of Plus because of all of the features, like I said. So the cool thing is, and I don't get like a commission thing on this, but I have a link down below for 2 months of a free Plus Pass where you can like check out all the features. The thing that I love about it is that they're like, oh, you sign up, you get the 2 months free. And at the end of the 2 months, if you don't want to keep the Plus Pass and you just want to go to the free version, it just automatically brings you to the free version. So it's not like those like skeezy ones where it's like, oh shoot, I forgot to cancel. Now it's, just did this for a year and I paid, I have to try to reverse it. So when I saw that, I was like, well, they are nice, aren't they?
Yeah, but that's how they'll get you addicted. I think they know, because you're gonna pop on Polo and you'd be like, shoot, now I can't take notes. Shoot, now I can't. So
yeah, a much more effective way to do it, though.
I know
you're gonna want to sign up. Just saying.
Yeah. So I gift as a Christmas present to everyone of a family plan, which is I think it's 6. I think it's like 6 Plus passes. So I'll usually gift it to us and then like to like I think my sister and then like another writer friend that I know goes on a lot. But so I don't know, let's see, Plus, oh, here we go, Plus Family. Oh, okay, 5. So it's mine and then 5 additional subscriptions. And like the Plus Family means that like you can it can be friends, it could send it to family, whoever. But there's like a 66% off discount like if you get the family plan. So if you know like a lot of people that have Marco Polo and want Plus, then it's more it's a better deal to get the Plus Family. But I'm on the website right now because I don't know the numbers since I only pay once a year. But for the annual Plus Pass, it's comes out to $5 a month, which I can't do math because I'm a writer, comes out to $60 for the year, which I think is really worth it for everything that I get out of it. If you do it monthly, it's $10 a month with monthly billing. So that does come out to, $120. So it is like you save half by just doing the one-time payment. But also Christmas is coming around, so you could always like get the 2 months, and then by that time it's literally it's Christmas Eve by the time your Plus Pass runs out, and then you can like ask for it for Christmas or something, because I just think it's very valuable. And like my husband uses it when he's like driving. He'd be like, hey, like, oh my gosh, like this is I forgot this, or like even if I'm just kind of feeling lonely on my way home from work, I'll just say, hey, I got out early, I'm on my way home, and it just feels a little more personal. And then with my twin sister Heather, like being in Arizona, like we text every day, but then we also there is cleaning supplies and paper towels going upstairs. I'm sure he'll send a Polo about it. But with my sister, like we literally would leave voicemails for each other like every day, and it cuts off after like 3 minutes. So kind of the length of it is what helps, and then it makes me not feel like she's so far away.
Yeah. And I imagine it could be really useful, like you're saying, with your husband too. Like if one of you's at the grocery store and the other's at home, be like, hey, show me what's in the fridge.
Yeah, I've sent like, oh, I forgot the grocery list, and I've sent him pictures, or like, oh wait, this is the exact item box. He's like, oh, there's like 10 of these, and I was like, here, it's this one.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anyone has anything else they want to add about Marco Polo.
My favorite thing about it is just how convenient it is to be able to catch up on messages. Because I live way out in the boonies, and so everything is 100 miles away from me, and at least an hour drive. And so a couple times a week, I usually catch up on all my polos while I'm driving, and I can just listen to I don't watch them. It's safe and everything. I just listen to them, and then I can respond to them, and it's nice to just like catch up with it feels like I'm catching up with everybody, kind of like it's a social day, even though it's not.
I think what that made me think about the other thing too, is sometimes it's hard when you're telling the same thing to like one person over and over again, but this time it's like, hey, we just told 3 people, and it's like they all are in the know now, and they can find out when it's convenient for them, instead of like, oh shoot, like these 2 people know, but like I can't talk to this person yet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can also, I just found this out recently, you can save certain polos that you want to keep for whatever reason. I'm trying to think of a situation in which I would want to save one, but like,
I think that's a new feature.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Like, I don't know if there's just something like exciting that someone shares, or I don't know. You want to
like you catch like you just happen to catch like your baby walking for the first time, or saying this word, or like if someone's saying a recipe, because like that's what's happened to me sometimes. Someone's like said a recipe, or they've given me like show recommendations, and I was just like, oh, like let me say. So
there you go.
Yeah, I need to remember that feature, because they've grown so much, like from when we first started. They've really like built on the features, and it's all about them growing close. And from the people that I've worked with that are in Marco Polo, they seem so down to earth, and they're just really about the like connection, like growing friendships and like building connections. So that's another reason why I'm like, oh, they're so wholesome and good.
And I think the perk pluses keep growing too.
They do.
Like it's not just like the basics that like they're growing the app. Like I think the pluses that, or like the perks that come from being a plus, have kept growing, and like, I think they're really listening. I think what Holly's kind of saying, and maybe I'm wrong, so correct me if I am, but like they're taking feedback that they're getting from their users, it sounds like, and like however they're getting that feedback, I don't know, because I don't know if they're asking their ambassadors or what they're doing, but it sounds like they're really trying to listen to what people want from the app, and making it accessible. And I remember at first we were all kind of like, we don't want to have to pay. And then I don't know if Holly tried. I don't know if you tried it first, and then that's how we all ended up with it.
I think I did a trial, and then like, when you get a trial, then you can gift like other trials. So like I think we all had the trial, and then we're like, well, we can just keep it.
Yeah. And it was about like this time that the trial happened, like 2 or 3 years ago, because we've had it about that long now, and like it's been a really nice way to stay in touch there. But it was one of those things where we're like, everything's going like just for transparency's sake, right? Like, everything getting to be a paid thing. But this became one of those things very quickly that we realized was worth it to use the paid yearly subscription rather than go back to the basic free version. I think it was maybe like a month or 2 after those trials ran out where we were like, we're not doing this no more.
I was like, but 1.5x isn't there. Like, I think that's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like I'm driving and then I'm like, this stupid driver, what? And then I'm like, I don't usually say this, but it's because I'm talking right now that I'm talking about the stupid drivers. And so it's just kind of fun. But anyways, I'm like, no, I'm wasting time. Thankfully, you're listening to this on 1.5x. So I will say, I forgot that Marco Polo had shared this graphic with me. Oh gosh. Oh, she is having a time. It had said Marco Polo asked 100 people to trade texts for polos. 70% felt their overall mood improved from day 1 to 14, and 93% felt closer to their person that they were poloing. So that I thought that was a cool stat.
That is a cool stat.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's how like I think that's helped us like I guess this is like how to maintain a sustainable mastermind group like version 3.0 because it's really helped us to like keep. I mean, I'm sure we would have kept our mastermind group, but I think it just like cultivated it and was that missing piece that I think we needed. So
well, and I think especially as literally half of our members have become moms in the last 2 years, like in the last 18 months have become moms. So it was, I mean, both of them took a little bit of a hiatus away from Mastermind, as they well should have, right? Like that was something, but we were able to stay connected even through their, recovery time of pregnancy, and like they were kind of touching on a little bit. But I think we didn't say that there was a time shortly after each of their pregnancies, after their babies were born, where they were, just focused on, getting the swing of being a new mom and doing all those things. But it still felt nice to be able to connect that way and get a little bit of feedback, even if it was not the full hour a week, right? Even if it was, hey, yeah, that character art looks good, or hey, that's not quite what you were describing to me. Could you have this part tweaked? Yeah, that font looks great. So there was that piece of the connection too, where it enabled us to, like Holly's saying, to stay just kind of actively engaged, even when these other busy seasons of higher priority are kind of taking place for us all. Because it was, I think that was a really nice part, because we had gone from seeing each other once a week, and then we didn't see everybody for like 3 months after those pregnancies, right? Which is normal and perfectly acceptable. And so it was always nice when we got to pop in, or when we got to see one of the new moms pop in and be like, hey, here's the baby, she's sleeping, or he's sleeping, or it's so that's been a really nice feature of it too. So I guess if you start a mastermind, maybe consider also getting a Polo in terms of that, because it has been a really nice supplementary thing, I think.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about like how you've gone for walks and shared like the sunset or wherever you were like walking and the sky, and it's like we can feel like we're there too. So.
Yeah, and I think that's a nice part, that because it's video and it's not just pictures, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like because I think some of the places with the sunset, we're thinking whenever I'm on the beach in Florida, right? Like I go to Florida for about 2 weeks in the summer, and I'm always like, hello, here's the first sunset. And like they can hear the waves and they can see it. And, just kind of getting that feel and that vibe too, I think is nice because the pictures do a good job, but I feel like a video kind of does better for those kinds of things, especially.
Yeah,
for sure.
good point. Well, I think that's going to be it. But thank you for joining us for our writer mastermind talking about Marco Polo. So again, please sign up for the free trial, check it out, see, just see how it goes talking with people via the Marco Polo app and like see how it changes your relationships. So yeah, and then if you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If you're watching the replay, you can also drop them in the comments. I'll check and reply. And thank you for joining us. I'm going to see if I'm not used to doing my little outro video, so I'm gonna post this, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.
Oh.